It is Game 3 winner take all here live at Oakton Ice Arena between Maine and Waubonsie. This is a game that I've been waiting for these past 48 hours after an incredible Game 2. My name is Luke Jordan. To introduce myself, and to my left is Ryan Contreras. Betts, Ryan, this is a winner take all game. Take it away for us. Give us everything about Game 2 and everything ahead of us.
Get you guys caught up. Game 1 was all Maine. 4-1 victory. I mean, they just were dominant the entire time. Don't forget, scoring 4 goals in Game 1 was Dean Andrews. He was great. Looked like Maine was about to start running away. But hold on, as we talked about, RCB's key phrase to Game 2 was flip the script. That's exactly what Waubonsie did. They pull out the OT GWG. Ziegler got the game-winning goal. Electric call from Luke, as always. They just did all the little things right. It was a tale of 4 periods. First period, all Waubonsie. After giving up an early goal to Maine, they came back 3 unanswered. Then they gave up 2 in the second. Third period, nothing happened. It was just a slugfest. 43 seconds into OT, game-winning goal. Tonight, Game 3. You want to know what the key phrase is? Win it all. That's all there is. Put everything out there and go and take away a championship win. For Waubonsie, that's going to start with your goaltender, Andrew Fichtel. I mean, he played really well in Game 2. I thought he made every save that he needed to.
Yep.
That's going to be the key for Waubonsie. They can score. They're also going to have to keep Dean Andrews off the board. He popped another goal in Game 2, tied up the game at 3. Now, if you're Maine, what you want to do is start to see a little bit more production from the rest of your lines. We didn't see Thompson do too much. Bells was a little bit quiet. He was out there, but he wasn't able to pot anything big. The best way you can do that is get pucks to the front of the net. You've got a great goaltender, Mazenjek, in there. 21 of 25 in Game 2. Not the greatest of games, but again, all those goals were just pretty unbeatable.
Yeah, and your phrase is very important. Mine as well. When I say just play hockey, get the nerves out of your system during these warm-ups and just do your job. It's obviously going to be a little bit sloppy at the start because that's how it is. You got the nerves going, but whichever team can get rid of that quicker is going to make a huge difference at the start of this game, which we are 1 minute and 7 seconds away from the end of warm-ups as Maine is starting to evolve into the butterfly shooting finish in their warm-up.
I mean, absolutely. We noted it in Game 2. We're going to notice it here again in Game 3, although we couldn't really see behind us the main locker room. Looked like there's more Waubonsie players again in Game 2. We're not sure. Interesting. They had to come from upstairs to get down to the locker room. Their locker room is upstairs where we're seated up in the broadcast porch. You obviously can't see us, but we're up here kind of off to the side. I don't know. Can we get Danny to get a quick shot of us? Nah, too late. Anyway, Maine wearing their black jerseys. I know Luke's happy to see that. He's got the nameplates tonight. Waubonsie sticking with Game 2, wearing the green and yellows. The student sections are looking big. Look at Maine. We talked about earlier, Maine South posted, hey, wear red tonight. 300 likes on Instagram. I'm looking over there. They've got a good 70, 80 students there. This is a small barn. I mean, we've had quite the experience at the Oakton Ice Arena so far tonight. So we're looking forward to a great hockey game to add to this experience.
Excited for the atmosphere and the action here at RDLAV. Tonight's starting goaltenders, not that we're there yet to them being in between the pipes yet, but we did get them from the coaches. It will be Ryan Bazenjak staying in net for Maine, who posted a decent game in Game 2 with a 25 shots allowed. He stopped 21 of them. On the other side, it was Andrew Fichtel, who was one of the heroes of Game 2 for Waubonsie, stopping 38 out of 41. So that'll be exciting. We're going to turn it down to the PA announcer for now. Wow, that's a pre-recorded national anthem, and that gave me goosebumps,
baby.
Ryan.
Oh baby, this is what hockey's all about. This is playoff hockey. I love that they use Corneliussen's pre-recorded. It's just something different. You can't beat it.
Corneliussen's great.
I mean, best in the game. Again, we already talked starting goalies, starting lineup, same as game 2. They're sticking with what works. I mean, both teams played well. I mean, it really was. I said when we were predicting what OT was going to bring, I said, hey, it's going to be within 5 minutes. One of these teams is going to send us packing.
I thought he was full of it.
No, I was dead. I was serious. So, but we're ready for this one, man. I mean, this crowd is looking pretty good, and I still think people are filing in.
And we're ready to go. Winner take all. This is it. This is the moments you dream of as a hockey player and as a broadcaster. This is very exciting, and we're happy to be here as Maine and Waubonsie face off Game 3. Dean Andrews starting to start off hot. He's been doing that all playoffs. 7 goals in 7 games so far. As Maine possesses in the offensive zone.
There's a really big hit by the left wing boards mere 5 seconds into this one.
There's Ziegler trying to flip it to the middle. He had the OT winner to keep Waubonsie's regular West Cup season alive. Both teams are still active in the Blackhawk Cup state tournament. But both teams definitely have their eyes set on this cup first. Next round of state for both these teams is believed to be on Sunday. Tip goes in there, so no icing. It'll be the captain, Kepke, breaking it out. Deep pass vertically for Frades. He's going to tip that one in. All the way down to the zone. Frades now, a nice move to protect the puck. Eventually stripped away. Shields. Ahead. Richardson dumping it in. Some whacking at the puck. Allman had it for a second, but the opposing 13, Jake Salvatore, took it away. Was looking cross ice. Did not work. Josh Pianowski rings it up the boards on the breakout. No success. There's a shot attempt that slides wide. Almost 2 minutes into this first period. Puck now escaping right to the right of Fichtel, but knocked down low. Now the Warriors with clean possession, exiting their defensive zone. Pianowski's just going to send it all the way. Mygon's got to avoid the pressure here. Vondras. Very aggressive forecheck here, and it pays off. Colton Richardson now getting pinned against the board. Had the puck for a second. We are right next to all this. That's a pretty good angle to see that.
Yeah, I mean, we've had 2 really interesting angles, both in Game 2 from a weird side angle, and now here in Game number 3, we're right behind the main net.
Yeah, definitely 2 of the more interesting spots I'll ever call a game, but I love it.
Even more interesting, that York football game?
York wasn't bad because it was still kind of center just on the opposing bleachers, but yeah, that was kind of a makeshift setup to say the least, so.
I mean, it was freezing that game.
Oh, that was also brutal. Weber puts a low one, kicked away by Fichtel. Like we said, Fichtel made 38 saves in Game 2, playing in his 5th game of the playoffs. Lowens. This one stays in play. Lowens now cutting to the inside. He's coming down the left looking for the goal, and a great stop swallowed up. Andrew Fichtel gets a whistle.
Really nice breakout there by Maine, able to skate up the left wing boards and get a shot off.
He's coming down
They had
the
a
left.
little bit of a 3-on-1, really good back check from the Waubonsie defenseman out there. You know, that quick shot soaked right up by the netminder in Fichtel. You know, you got to wonder how many more of those are going to occur as the referees are adjusting the net. Seems to be some sort of issue down all the way at the other end of the ice.
Hoping it's not a serious issue. One of my buddies who called a game for the Chicago Catholic Hockey League, Dylan, he was calling, I think it was Brother Rice and St. Rita, and there was such a bad divot in the ice, they tried to fix it for 30 minutes, and then they just called the game. And It was the first period. So
See, that's got to be a brutal way to see a game as the puck is going to ring all the way down the right wing boards for an icing.
Let's not let that happen.
I mean, I hope not. This ice does look pretty good. I don't know what your thoughts are on it, but I thought it looked nice. You know, as interesting as a rink as it is, the ice surface looks pretty crisp.
Yeah, we were talking about earlier, I would say the only thing is that the ice takes a while to dry up after the Zamboni is done. Maybe a little bit too much water in that Zam, but it works out because it looks really good right now, as you're saying. So now here comes Pianowski. Shoved down by Andrews.
Could have been a holding on Pianowski there. He was holding on to the Maine defenseman's stick.
There's a look in front from Pianowski, speaking of the devil, but no chance there. Andrews is rocked by Ziegler. Ziegler now looking to the middle. Man, I did not think I'd see Andrews go flying like that after seeing his balance in game 2.
Yeah, Andrews was really strong off the puck in game 2, really protecting it well. There's another nice hit from Ziegler there, also on Andrews now.
2-star players going at it already.
Hey, it's game 3, winner take all. You got to give all the physicality you can, especially in front of this packed stand.
Finn O'Toole.
You know this crowd would love to see it get real physical here tonight.
O'Toole's going to ring it around. Costigan's got to avoid the pressure. He gets it out to the side. Frady's puck bounces behind him instead. Peters. Aaron pass. Kepke looking across. Here's Frady's. Frady's to the middle. Here's Salvatore. Blazing down the right side. Playing the body well there. The defense of the Warriors. This puck's going to flip sides of the ice. And now a cycle down low to Salvatore. Salvatore lost it below the goal line. Warriors looking for a center ice breakout. No good. So now Mygon looks to the right. Frady's. Put that all the way down for Fichtel. Fichtel's going to leave it for his teammates. 11:52 left to go in the first. No tallies yet. Subject to change. Poulin looking for the middle for Shield. And now Gornis. Gornis between the legs. Backhand in front. And it's no good. Kappel on the opportunity. And now, oh boy. I think somebody touched the goalie, Ryan.
No, I think they must have said something because the goalie didn't get touched at all. And he was
I was going to say.
He's going after him. I can't see who that is down low. Is that, let's double check here on the sheet. 76 for Waubonsie. That is Luke Peters. Someone riled Peters up and he went skating after. It looked like he went after Andrews. It was Andrews right there coming in down the left wing boards. Really nice between the legs deke and had a nice one-time pass. It was a nice save by Fichtel.
Well, if you've heard me and Ryan before, you would know that Ryan's a big preacher on standing and sitting on the bench. Look at these benches right now, Ryan.
Well, here's a one-on-one okay, yeah.
Richardson eventually stripped of the puck.
But yeah, now that we have a little bit of a break, I didn't want to get in the way of a potential goal. Entire Maine squad is standing. The entire Waubonsie bench, except for the backup netminder, is sitting. We talked about it in game 2. It was the opposite way. Yeah. Maine was sitting and Waubonsie was standing. I don't know if something with home ice advantage, they changed it up, but as the puck goes, chipped into the Waubonsie bench. You know, I would expect in a game 3 just how I would be if I was out there coaching, if I was a player on the bench. I'd be saying, come on, boys, let's keep this energy up. Let's be ready at every moment. But, you know, they did something right in game 2, so I can't harp on them too much. But it is, as you were saying, something I'm a big preacher of and that we talk about pretty much every broadcast at some point.
Yeah. Poulin and Fogarty at the dot. Fogarty wins that draw. Houlihan lays the body there. It's going to reverse here on the breakup. Kotelis was looking up for Stelter. Hustle for the puck. Fogarty picks it up, coming in, now firing, rebound in front, backhand. It was behind the net, thrown back to the middle, now to the point. Kotelis going to fire. No good. 10:23 to go in the first. Warriors just got to scrap it at this point. A lot of pressure in that short amount of time caused by that Maine offense. Now here come the Warriors. And Nafziger has poked away the puck. Mygon loses an edge trying to possess that. He gets it back now. Turned over. Takes a weird tip and almost ended up in the net there. That would have been a chaotic way to start.
Kotal's almost deflected that into his own net. And here comes a break for Maine.
There's a fire and it does not go. I was having an illusion over here. I thought that went in from where I saw it. Warriors entering center ice, looking across, sticked away by Costigan. Back in it goes.
You know, something to note, we were talking about the ice conditions, how we thought it looked good. I've noticed a lot of players slipping. You know, I noticed that a little bit in game 2 when we were talking about the ice being a little wet at the start. But the ice is still very wet, as we were saying, maybe too much water in the Zamboni, but that might be something to watch throughout this game. You know, we're going to be over-analyzing almost anything because of how intense game 2 was, and because it's game 3, winner take all.
Yeah, no, this is it, man. And here they come. Andrews with Bells to his right, looking across. Bells couldn't hold on to it. Thrown back to the middle, nobody there. What a huge opportunity there. Koepke gets it back for Maine, looking ahead for Peter Thompson. Thompson, a beautiful move, backhanding across. One-timer, Andrews, just off the mark. Maine is bringing the heat in this first period.
That's back-to-back really, really nice looks on one-time opportunities for Maine. Both fired just over the net.
Koepke leaves it for Goff. Goff up top. Kappel just out of his reach. He's got to hustle for this now. Warriors, 8:14 to go. They lose it down low. Clean pass to Goff on the breakout. Over to Gornis. Gornis now coming in one-on-one, getting out to the right and eventually poked off. Well there by Luke Peters.
Really good stick by Peters, preventing a shot from getting away.
Under 8 minutes. Still no tallies yet. A little bit of a stumble there. Richardson able to track this puck down out of the air. Get it back out to center ice. Mygon back skating. Waist level pass turned over. Here's Richardson dropping it back. Fire kicked away. Bazenjak on the stop. Here's another one, and it's misses wide right. Cope's going to pick it up, put it down low. Here's Mygon. Flip pass to the middle. Schuyler. Getting it down low, and now Kappel slams on the brakes, looking for options. Pinned up well, though, by the Warriors' defense. Frady's going to try to cut inside. Gets outside to Schuyler. Schuyler going to let go, and it's stopped by Fichtel. Rebound pops in front, and now below the net. Maine able to keep it below the blue for now. And not much longer. No icing. Lowens. Fire it around. But Andres is there to make the turnover now. Andres played well by Lowens. Six and a half left in the first period. Still Zips on the board. It's now Hayden Weber, a nice little spin move. He's got to get inside. Facing a two-man forecheck there, and he fights it off pretty well.
I'll be all the way down for an icing with 6:17 here to go in the first period. You know, little over 10 minutes gone by, and this couldn't be much more different from game 2. Obviously, these games have all had different starts. This one has been a little bit of a slower start with a few good rushes. You know, Waubonsie just had a nice offensive zone breakout, started by number 12, Braden Andrews. You know, he had a really nice defensive stick, chipped it around one man, was able to get a shot off before he was stripped of the puck.
Koepke, great keep there. Here comes Andrews with that blazing speed, knocked off by Burke.
Andrews is going to be a dangerous player. You're going to have to watch him every time he has the puck.
Beautiful move here. Burke now Got it behind the net in front. Pianowski couldn't put it. He was very close. Andrews turned over Ziegler. Ziegler now accelerating. Trying to cut inside. Beautiful move. About to finish the play, and he just misses over the net. Oh, my goodness.
That's back-to-back nasty dangles. That's going to be an icing. Back-to-back nasty dangles from Waubonsie. That first one, Bezenjak had no clue where the puck was. He was deflecting along the far right post, looking for any blocked shot, but there was absolutely no way he saw that puck. It just blocked off the blocker. And Maine did the right thing. You got to clear the puck at some point when there's pressure like that, where two of your first line defensemen just got absolutely walked. Got to reset something, and an icing is one way to do it.
Kappel and Houlihan at the draw no longer. As Nafziger entered, lost the draw.
We mentioned Waubonsie. Waubonsie, the defending champions here.
Here's Goff now to the middle for Gornis. Gornis now. Beautiful move, but poked away. Almost 5 minutes left in this first period. No penalties yet.
Yeah, we talked about.
My God, let's one go. Rebound kicked away. Another chance, eventually smacked out. Bezenjak's going to have to come out and cover this one.
Ooh. You know, if this is not the high school level, that's a delay of game penalty right there. You cannot come out to the faceoff circle and make that save anywhere other than the high school level. For Bezenjak, you know, I was shocked he was coming out to play that puck. Obviously, it was the right move. You know, he covered it. But bursting in with speed was Ziegler. So I had no doubt in my mind that he was obviously avoiding the breakaway on the backhand.
Here's a fire by Peters, blockered away. Bezenjak tracking it down. Weber now gets it up, and that hits the Maine bench.
Yeah, we've seen these two teams fire the pucks into their own bench a lot. That's, you know, again, overanalyzation in a tight game. We just notice that often. The loud Maine student section is starting to chant a little bit. Obviously, Waubonsie had a real nice student section in game 2. So Maine decided to come back with their own.
Weber. Morgan defending. Morgan does the job. Morgan hustling back in for this one. Frady's now trying to beat him to it. He loses an edge. Maybe shoved there. Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, it's so far away from our vantage point.
Salvatore in front. Excuse me, Ryan.
Yeah, no, you're all good.
I think you're good to continue for now.
Well.
Oh, baby.
Am I really good to continue?
Cope just going to try to put that in deep. It's off the skate of Weber, and now here comes Maine. Schuyler. All right, you should be good now.
Yeah, I should be good as it's pinned against the boards. Yeah, both teams have had that a few times tonight where we're not really able to see the puck battles in the far corner because we're just so far away from the action. We've kind of got to make our best guess. I'm hoping that doesn't mess up another goal call of yours.
Yeah. Pianowski scores. Oh, wait, that's Richardson. Very embarrassed about that. Oh, Pianowski, by the way, with a nice hit, even though it's Josh Pianowski's brother, Joe. Ziegler knocked off the puck at the blue line, and now here comes Dean Andrews. Puck a little bit ahead of him. O'Toole's going to pick it up instead. O'Toole's going to have to reverse it here. Bad for Pianowski. Nobody there for the center position on the breakout. They'll be turned over. Koepke under 3 minutes to go. Koepke racing down the right, leaves it up for Andrews. Andrews going to step down, glove save, rebound loose, and it pops out above the slot. And here come the Warriors. Beautiful movement by Ziegler on his stomach, almost got that to Bezenjak.
Yeah, that was a really nice pass by Ziegler. First, he makes a really nice move. He loses an edge, trying to outskate as the puck's fired over the glass and out of play. I don't know how he got that pass off on his stomach. You know, it was intercepted by Andrews. Andrews with a really nice back check. We talked about we weren't expecting him to be as physical or receive the body checks that he has so far early in this one, but he had some really nice two-way plays in game 2.
Gornis leaves it ahead for Goff. Goff stepping down. Didn't get through traffic. Rebound. Gornis kicked away by the end of Fichtel's pad. That was a couple inches away from finding its way in the back of the net. This will go for an icing.
Yeah, Fichtel did a really good job of deflecting that rebound away from any Maine players. You know, part of rebound control is not only preventing rebounds, but it's also about knowing where to deflect your rebounds. If you ever watch Andre Vasilevsky, he always deflects his blocker saves into the corner. I know we could talk to Danny all we want, our goaltender on camera. That's the number one thing you do as a goaltender is you deflect it to the boards. Yeah. Whether it's with your stick, your pads, your blocker, it prevents any dirty trash goals from being scored.
Gornis, a beautiful little move, cutting back to the middle, letting go. But that one does not get by Fichtel.
Well, we've seen 15 minutes of hockey go by in this first period, and with no score, these two teams are fighting and hungry. You know, we've had some chances here and there, but nothing that's really blown our minds away. Definitely been a more defensive-minded game. We haven't seen as many blue line pinches by the defenders. Both teams are very aggressive in that. Obviously, we mentioned no penalties. These teams average 10.5 and 11.5 penalty minutes per game in the regular season.
Original shot did not get through that traffic. Now below the net, Goff. Goff controlling in front for Kappel, and it's no good. Very close. It just misses wide right. Goff gets it back. Got some time. Throwing it to the front. Tipped. And it's below the net instead. Cope and Kappel fighting for it. Chance developing for the Warriors. Andres going to fire. It's off the shin pad of Mygon, and Kappel's trying to take it the other way. Turned over. Cope now leaving it in front. Andres not ready. Warriors going to dump this one in.
Good job by Mygon to clear it right up.
Oh, in front. Here's a chance. Cope couldn't put it. Oh, it was just him and Bazenjak. And Bazenjak stood tall.
Take a look at this replay here, folks. Bazenjak gets a glove on it at the last second off of his shoulder. Makes the save, deflecting in the corner as the puck was fired into the netting and out of play. Face-off will come to the right of Bazenjak, and also our right. For once, us up in the booth, we're going to have the exactly correct face-off circles instead of being on the side.
Yeah, that's true. Burke in front. Ziegler trying to smack at it. The puck was still in the air, though. 1 minute left in this first, still scoreless, but some very good opportunities. And I was going to say, Thompson was offside there, and they did catch it.
Yeah, you know, it's going to be a little difficult to see the offsides on the far blue line. We'll see them all right in front of us, but on that one, you had a great eye. You caught it right away. I didn't.
Yeah, I have a good eye on occasion.
On the first. I definitely cut you off there, didn't I?
Huh?
Never mind.
Whatever.
Luke's head is up in the clouds.
On to the action. A little bit hard to hear in here sometimes. Oh my!
And
wow, they're going to make that a penalty.
That's going to go to Bells. Bells will head to the box. Take a look at this replay. Oh, he got bodied. He got clotheslined. You're going to run it back one more time because that was just so impressive. Puck is fired to the boards. Yeah, that was interference. He clotheslined him way up high. That is the right call. I know you didn't take a look at the replay there. I did. So
oh my
we're going to see Maine head to the man advantage with 42.2 to go. Or no, Waubonsie heads to the man advantage.
Yep.
With 42.2 to go. They don't have it right on the board. But yeah, for Bells, that is a massive hit. Did Bells take any penalties in game 2? I'll check, wait. Doing a little bit of research on the fly here today, folks. Let's check the play-by-play and box score. Yeah, so Bells did not take any penalties in game 2. For Bells, that is only his second penalty of the postseason.
Andrews looking for that short-handed wraparound. Fichtel there in time. Very good effort by Dean Andrews nonetheless.
See, we talk about Dean Andrews. I've said it earlier today already once or twice. But he has really good two-way hockey, and that's why they're going to have him out on that penalty kill. Not only can he provide value offensively, but he could bring a lot of good value defensively, as we saw right there with a nice defensive stick.
1:46 left on the power play for the Warriors, so this will take us into the second period, unless they're to score in these next 20 seconds as they enter the zone. Campfield's going to ring it around. Pianowski looks at his options, cycles it down low to Burke. Burke now was looking back for Pianowski. It was tipped off the stick of Koepke. Andrews trying to bring it up. Morgan, a little bit of a fumble at first, but he's able to get it down. Burke looking in front. Was sticked off by Koepke. Pianowski in front, some jabs at it, but the puck's not in. A little bit of a check after the whistle by Kappel, and the Warriors aren't going to like that.
Right as the period ends, that's some real good action to see. We'll head to the second period. 1:18 left on the man advantage. Luke, that was a first period, all right?
Yeah, I'm surprised nobody scored yet.
Yeah, I mean,
you talk about last game, there's 4 goals in the first period.
Yeah, this entire series has just been back and forth. It's been a seesaw. It's been a battle of teams making adjustments on the fly and just changing their styles of play. They're going for different game plans. Obviously, Waubonsie being much more aggressive in the final 5 minutes of that period. Meanwhile, Maine had to stay back in their defensive zone just a little bit more. What I would like to see from these two teams a little bit more is to get a little bit more crisp with their passes. I thought in game 2 they were very crisp, but tonight we've seen a lot of turnovers, and
yeah. Once again, I think it's just the nerves again.
It could be the ice too, because the ice is still looking a little wet in some spots. You know, right down here behind the net, we can see it's still a little more wet than the rest of the ice. Looks like up and down the boards too. Not as much loose snow. That affected a lot of plays in game 2. It was so much loose snow.
So there will be 1:18 left on the power play for the Warriors. The Warriors did not score a power play goal in game 2.
Do you feel inclined, Luke,
to
believe in something? There was no Sweet Caroline over the PA system. Messing around with Luke a little bit.
I'm bringing up Johnny next time we call a hockey game.
Oh, no, not Johnny. We love Johnny around these parts.
Let's see.
What you looking for? You've got something on.
I was looking at the power play threats. Pianowski leads the Warriors with 3 power play goals in the playoffs. That's out of 8 games. But like I said, they were quiet on the power play 2 nights ago.
Didn't they change that last night? Or 2 nights ago? Didn't Pianowski pop another one?
Not on the power play.
Well, he did score, obviously.
It was even strength, yes. Burke. Shot doesn't go.
When we talk about the power plays, they were much different. Waubonsie didn't get a power play goal, but Maine was 2 for 3 on the man advantage.
Yep. 2 power play goals in that second period for them. Here's Burke. Trying to dance around the defender. He's able to swoop back and get the puck, throwing it to the middle. Now here's a backhand attempt. Not through. Campfield going to keep this below the blue. Campfield. His attempt was gloved down. And here's a chance for Maine. 2-on-1. It's Kappel and Andrews. And Andrews' fire did not go.
Andrews should have passed that puck. He had a wide open man. The Waubonsie defender committed too early on the dive. With 20 seconds left to go on the man advantage, maybe one final rush. Really good forecheck in low from Salvatore. I was just about to say, neither of these teams have a shorthanded goal in the postseason, and I thought Maine was about to pot one right as the words were in my mouth.
6 seconds left on the 5-on-4, time expiring. As this puck flutters out of play somewhere. Couldn't tell you. 2 seconds left before we are back to even strength.
I believe Salvatore thought it was stuck in his equipment, but he can't knock anything loose. Face-off will come to center ice.
Nafziger at the end of the power play opportunity. It's now over.
Now with both teams even strength. We got Waubonsie is 0 for 1 on the man advantage. I'm going to make myself a note of that because I think it's going to be really interesting to see how these teams handle every power play opportunity and which team can capitalize the most and how that'll affect the outcome of this one.
I wish Maine student section wasn't so inaudible. They've been saying a lot from over there on the opposite side of us.
They have. I mean, I can hear them a little bit, but they're not as loud as they were for half of the first period. You know, they're going in stages when they want to talk.
Impatiently waiting for that first goal. Like all of us, and chance developed there. Frady's now picks it up.
No one was home on that centering attempt.
Frady's jabbed off by Allman. Allman puts it ahead. A little bit of a scrum. Here's a turnover. Cause Maine looking to strike here. Looking for that throw in the middle to Frady's. It did not go.
Could not find a centering attempt there either. Offsides as they enter the offensive zone. And we've seen both of these teams have players that have just absolutely started dangling the crap out of these players.
Yeah, there are some kids that might be using that Bauer Super Deker every day.
I mean, hey, I want to see what their score on that thing is. They're just very smooth with it. And it's not something you don't see players that smooth at the high school level that often, and we see at least 3 or 4 players on this ice right now that are able to do these moves.
Lowen's now pushing the puck forward. Inside, and that 1T did not work to Ryan Goff. Maine, puck back. Gornis, pass was behind Goff. Peters now for Waubonsie. Bringing the pressure is Maine. Now they got to have a chance out of it. A tough angle shot by Gornis. Fichtel was there. Now at the point, they're going to cycle it down low. Gornis got to get rid of it. And it goes in between the skates of Keppel. Andrus going to put it off the glass. Able to get it back here.
Just could not find the intended target. As you said, right in between the legs of Keppel. He would have had a prime opportunity.
Here's Keppel. Top shelf, he scores! The first goal has finally came.
And bang, just like that, Keppel goes top right corner. Right past the blocker of Andrew Fichtel. Maine takes a 1-0 lead just under 4 minutes into this second period. You can see that Maine student section pounding on the netting.
Something just
flew onto the ice. Using the New York Rangers goal song. I don't know if you can notice that one. But that's a little bit of energy into this building. 1-0 Maine.
Wow. Yeah, that's a shock of momentum.
That was a snipe, too.
Beautiful shot by Ben Keppel.
For Ben Keppel, that is his 3rd goal of the postseason.
Wow. Bell's trying to dig this one out. Thompson throws it up to the point. He's going to get it back now. Cross ice. Koepke stepping down. Fichtel letting no rebound happen.
No, nice deflection attempt by Bells there. Just soaked up by Fichtel, who read it well. Face-off coming to his left. That one stayed along the dasher boards for quite a while.
Burke leaves a nice pass for Pianowski. Pianowski firing, it's wide. Andrews going to scoop it up for Maine. Under 13 minutes to go, past 4 minutes in so far. Maine finally with the first strike by Ben Capel on a top shelf shot, in case you missed it, just a couple minutes ago. Here's another chance. This one, I was ready to catch that thing.
You were not ready to catch that. Don't
I was
lie
ready to
the
duck.
viewers. This guy was about to duck.
I wonder if
barely
that, I wonder
see
if that
over the
replay
railing
got
and
us
he
in
was
it.
ready to duck.
No.
Yeah, I will say though, that puck was flinging up. I was like, is this thing gonna get?
I thought it was
going to
break the netting, but then I realized the netting is literally
is tightly against these low boards. Now the Maine student section is talking. You were looking for that earlier in this one.
Fogarty from the hash marks. It's sticked away by Josh Pianowski.
For an icing. That was fast. 12:31 here to go in this second period. 12 and a half minutes before we go to the vending machine, as is our tradition.
If we can get out of here, Ryan.
I'll just send Berto to go get me a snack. I'll give him like Skittles or something.
lot of people next to us.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people kind of in all areas of the rink tonight.
Everywhere you look, yeah.
Gotta wonder, how is Waubonsie going to bounce back from that first strike?
It could be here. Allman shot. Losing the equipment of Bazenjek. It comes out
Not dislodged.
as the net came off.
Yeah, I was going to say, how is Waubonsie going to respond? How are they going to try to get some momentum back on their side? Quick neutral zone turnover is going to lead to an offensive opportunity as Pianowski took a shot from the face-off circle. First initial save by Bazenjak before they just crashed the crease. Bazenjak fell over and the net was dislodged. It is loud in here though.
Very. .12 across the time clock.
We noticed this in game two. There's a lot of faceoffs taking a long time to be dropped. The referees are very adamant of proper faceoff etiquette being followed.
Pianowski leaves it ahead for Ziegler. Ziegler gonna fire. Bazenjak swallows it up.
Good rebound control again by Bazenjak. Bazenjak, before game two, we don't have the updated save percentage. Actually, I'm going to go find the updated save percentage because I can do that. Too bad we don't have our own stats guru for us, but we make do with what we can.
While Ryan does his tardy research, Pianowski lost it.
Did you say tardy research?
Yeah, it's tardy.
To be fair, yeah, I could.
It was due at 9 p.m.
I could have done this during study hall, but hey, we had to salute our John Hersey Husky girls basketball team heading to the Final Four for state. Playing tomorrow at 5:30 down at ISU. But anyway, Ryan Bazenjak in 7 postseason games has a 2.25 goals against average and a .929 save percentage.
That's some good
and he's
stats.
just adding to that total so far here tonight.
Costigan now. Vertically leaves it for Andrews. Now the Warriors possess instead. Ziegler shoved down from behind there. Not enough for a penalty though. Andrews hustles this one and leaves it forward. There's a fire that's over the crossbar. That's Ryan Bells on that opportunity. Thompson has to exit the zone. 6 minutes into the second period, almost halfway through. It's only 1-0 by surprise. There's almost 2-0. Oh, Bells missed wide right on the putback from quite a ways out.
I mean, he had a great opportunity from the left faceoff circle. He just missed the net by about 2 feet.
Here's another one. Bells, rebound, they score! Dean Andrews, 8 goals and 8 playoff games for him. He just doesn't stop.
Dean Andrews yet again. 3 straight games with goals. That's going to be his 6th goal in 3 games of this championship series. He's got to be an early front runner for MVP of the series. That's going to be his 14th point of the postseason, tying him with Evan Ziegler for the league lead in the playoffs. As you said, 8 goals, 6 assists, and that is big for Maine. With 10:40 to go in this second period, they take a 2-goal advantage. Dean Andrews just picking up the loose change in front of the crease. We talked about rebound control being such an important factor here tonight, and it showed right there. Fichtel was not able to recover the puck. He had no clue where it was, and Andrews snuck in behind him. He was right in the blue paint. You can't let that happen if you're a Waubonsie defender. He had no one shove him out of the way.
Yeah.
And it led to the second goal.
Yeah, as somebody who's played this season, I can tell you that first goal you get up when you're down 1-0, it's all right. It's all right. It's just first goal. Calm down. That second goal is very deflating, so the Warriors need to bounce back here because now time is not on their side. It's Richardson. Stopped there by Bazenjak. Puck goes to the corner. And here's Maine looking for that 3rd goal. Thought that one was going to hit us too.
That one just hit the ceiling. Had a nice clunk off the wooden ceiling. This is an old school barn. Got the wooden ceilings. It's interesting. They're telling everyone not to bang on the glass because of how low the glass is to the stands. Obviously, that's not going to stop a bunch of high school students.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good effort. I walked down there earlier. They got the big orange pillars, and
they're in front of the safety cones now.
Yeah, exactly. Great shot block there by Allman. Trying to put it ahead for Nafziger, but it's too far ahead.
Yeah, that was really good by Allman right there.
And so then I walked by there. Every single piece of glass between a divider, it says, if you touch the glass,
you will be ejected.
Do not bang on the glass,
Arena.
you'll be ejected from Oakton. Well, it was a good effort.
I mean, was it really, though?
I mean, what else do you want them to do there, Ryan?
I want them to do nothing. Let them bang on the glass. Get the energy in here.
Yeah, but I touched that glass earlier. Don't eject me at Oakton, but I just tapped on it. But you can tell how loose the glass is.
It is,
That thing might come off if there's an OT winner.
Oh, man, that would be something else.
Fogarty. Knocked down. Stelter trying to cut inside. Great defense by Pianowski, and this puck's going to leave the offensive zone for Maine. Pianowski. Cross-ice pass to Nafziger. He's going to enter the O-zone and fire one. Another routine save for Bazenjak. They just keep coming along.
Yeah, Bazenjak just keeps on deflecting those high shots, low and high and away, not low and away, into the netting there, right behind the net. Faceoff's going to come to his right, our left. With 8:50 to go here in period number 2, 2-0 in favor of Maine. Again, you are watching the IHSHL West Division Playoffs on RDL. I'm Ryan Contreras-Betts, Luke Jordan on your play-by-play call.
I've always thought about how I say Luke Jordan, and I feel like everybody watching thinks my last name is spelled Jordan and not Jordan, you know? I'll get to that later as there's a shot blocker down by Fichtel. Frades leaves it behind. Looking back, Frades in front, it just skims wide right.
Really good passing there from the Maine players. Lots of tic-tac-toe, good drop passes at the right time. Gives them a prime opportunity as the puck's fired just wide of that left post.
Shield got a hustle for this one. Oh, that's... I was going to say, if they didn't get that penalty, they must have been watching something else, as that'll definitely cost the Warriors.
Taking a look at that replay, yeah, I can see. I think they're going to give him interference if I'm correct. We'll wait to see the hand signal.
Roughing.
Roughing?
Yep.
You know, I could see it. His hands were up a little high towards the numbers. But we will see another power play here. This time, Maine will head to the man advantage. Maine, as we mentioned, was 2 for 3 on the power play in game number 2. Already got a 2-goal lead. Let's see if they can add on to it. They have that first power play unit out there ready to grab some more.
So George Kamuzis goes to the box, 2 minutes for roughing. Koepke looking to start hot. Puck loose in the slot, comes back up to Koepke. Under 8 minutes, game clock 1:45 on the power play. Bells now looks up. Koepke back at the center of the point. To the side, looking in front, loose puck still thrown in front. Bells was knocked down there by Fichtel. Bells stepping back in. Another save, Fichtel. Oh my goodness.
Fichtel standing on his head right now.
Koepke through traffic, never got to Fichtel. Slowing things down, 1:20 left on the power play. It's Bells back up top, really using those two efficiently on the power play. And Koepke was knocked down once again. Back to the other side. Bells looking for options inside, some jabbing at the puck. Salvatore going to end up back with a great possession on this power play here by Maine. Bells looking for it. Rebound. Backhand. No good.
Waubonsie is not doing anything to stop this high-intense pressure. They're letting Maine get away with exactly what they want. Glove saved by Fichtel. You know, normally you'll see on the penalty kill, teams will try to go for that diamond formation. The problem here with Waubonsie, they're doing a rectangle, and they're allowing Maine to work the outer edges of the blue line and work the outer edges of the face-off circles.
It's almost like they're told here not to show pressure.
Yes, that's the problem here with what Waubonsie is doing, and it's led to Fichtel having to stand on his absolute head. There's just no pressure. You've got to pressure someone because there's too much traffic in front of the net. He can't see the puck.
Tough angle, covered under the glove. Thompson might get shoved by Peters here.
I thought he was going to get shoved too. That was a really late slash on Fichtel's glove. But again, if you were able to see on that replay that we just showed you, look at Fichtel's neck. He has to crane his neck around 3 Waubonsie defenders to see the puck. This is giving Maine exactly what they want to do on the power play. Lots of bodies screening the vision of Andrew Fichtel. Fichtel looks like a tall guy. I'd give him maybe 6'2" on skates. But you can't see everything.
Yeah. Andrews. They're playing that pressure on Andrews, though. A little bit of a different penalty kill here by the Warriors. I think they might have emphasized.
Second unit is out there, yeah. It's much different than that first unit was doing.
Andrews dancing around. Loose rebound, and Kappel. Shot was blocked. Costigan back across. Andrews to Gornis.
Maine has 2 players in front of the crease. Waubonsie has to box them out.
Shot block, Morgan. They're able to get it all the way back into the defensive zone, and Andrews has to watch out here. And
I don't know how Waubonsie escaped that.
Back to 5-on-5. Andrews dropping it back, Thompson. Burke now. Might have had Ziegler on the left side.
Fichtel did such a great job on that penalty kill, making, I would say, about 6 saves of high danger opportunities. Waubonsie's got to get a little momentum going their way now. Time is ticking.
No question. 5.5 left to go in the second. Uh-oh, a little bit of a miscommunication. Salvatore puts it ahead. Pianowski gonna enter the zone now. Letting go, kick, save, rebound. It's now below the net. Almost 5 minutes to go. Some good pressure here. Rebound, Pianowski, and not sure what they're gonna say. This off. Apparently he was over the blue line there on that shot.
Quite a late offsides call.
Yeah.
But with 5 minutes to go in this second period, I mean, if I'm Waubonsie, I'll take anything. Neutral zone or offensive zone face-off, just you can't have anything within 25 feet of Andrew Fichtel. Got to give him some sort of a rest, and you got to get your offensive lines moving. That was maybe their only third shot of this second period. And in a tight game like this, you're down by 2. You got to get something started.
Josh Pianowski looking to answer that question. Not question, but statement. Another save, Bazenjak, and this will be an icing.
Quick icings like that is probably a good thing for Maine. Allows their players to get back reset and keep those legs fresh. Again, we talk about posture and standing up on the bench. You mentioned it. Same thing applies now. Waubonsie is still sitting despite being down 2 goals.
Kyler Campfield, a little bit of a fumble at the red line, and now a 2-on-1 develops. Cross ice, great play by Pianowski, and oh boy, Capel is knocked to the ice.
Campfield went in there with an extra shove, shoving Capel into Fichtel, and then he went. And then over there was Hulaman, who shoved him down to the ice. Or no, Campfield there sent him to the box, so they'll give him a roughing. And Maine will. They'll give offsetting minors, I believe. Or are we going to go to 4-on-4 hockey here, Luke? Looks like we will be.
I don't believe so. It should stay 5-on-5.
Okay, I was going to say, because Maine's got to get an extra player out there, if not. But yeah, so it should be 5-on-5 offsetting roughing calls. Well, now we've seen the penalties start to pick up in this second period.
Maine missing a player. And now, here we go.
4:32 left to go in the second period.
So after some whistle extracurriculars, still 5-on-5, no changes except offsetting penalties on Capel and Campfield. Presumably roughing. That's what they typically give them for stuff like that. Wraparound attempt, it comes out to the other side, not the angle they wanted. Frades in front, sticked away, Fichtel. Josh Pianowski puts it ahead for Ullman. Ullman. Risky pass, Nafziger just gonna put it over the blue line. They do lose possession.
Thought that puck hit the Waubonsie bench, but they let play go on.
Here's a fire, good save Fichtel, stopping Kotelis. Now O'Toole, gonna accelerate. Copen on the forecheck. Kepke just trying to get rid of it, and he does. Morgan's got to get to this, and he does.
That was
Andrews was coming in.
Yeah, Andrews coming in with absolute burners.
I'd be a little bit scared. Thompson keeps it onside. Circling in the O zone, backhands it up top. Kepke with an open lane. Fichtel tracks it down. Another chance on the point. They look inside for Andrews, and great step-up defense by the Warriors inside the slot. Here's another chance. They're going to try to look down low for Bells, but Morgan picks it off. Morgan puts it ahead for Cope, and now Cope's going to come in one-on-one with the captain, Kepke. Cope looking up top. Stop down. Oh, boy. Yeah, that was uncalled for.
He gave him a little bit of a snow shower there. And the referees are definitely wise in breaking this up before anything go. They're giving him a talking to. They know exactly what he did. He knows what he did. That was intentional. There was no doubt about it.
Look at the glass down there, Ryan.
Yeah, it is.
You see it waving back and forth.
They're barely touching it. But yeah, that's something Waubonsie's got to be smart with. Listen, you can't just go snow the goalie, because at some point you might get called for unsportsmanlike if you do it too extreme. I've seen that called before. And obviously now both officials are talking to both benches, giving them warnings, I would presume, saying, hey, let's tighten this up. Let's not get out of hand, boys.
Yeah, I would assume that he's just asking, why is that not a penalty? And they're going to say, hey, that's his warning. He does that again, it'll obviously be a penalty.
Yeah. But, I mean, if you're Waubonsie, you can't do anything like that. I know you're frustrated. You have had basically zero offensive zone pressure this entire period. But the best way to get back at Maine is not through being a pest. It's through scoring and making a comeback.
I don't think you caught that there, but the linesman lost his edge and still made the
call, yeah.
no icing call on his knees. True hero. Andrews circling to the side now for Koepke. Koepke's got a cross ice option in Bells, but it doesn't get through. Pianowski across for Ziegler. Ziegler's got to watch out. Two guys hot on him. Oh my, reverse hit. Goodness gracious. That's going to spark some energy into the Warriors.
I mean, it's got to. Ziegler stood him up and didn't allow anything to happen. We saw it in game 2. We saw a lot of people go for the body and they just went flying because they missed the check. We saw it there. He went for a massive open ice hit. He just got reversed by Ziegler, the overtime hero of game 2.
Koepke ahead for Frades. Frades gonna blaze down the left. Shot attempt falls wide. He had the angle though. Fichtel wasn't exactly on the post there. A little bit scary.
Didn't get the greatest angle on that shot, and that puck just hit the side of the netting.
Houlihan maybe grabbed up a little bit by Thompson. He wanted a call. Not going to get one. 1:18 to go. This one's going to hit the ceiling. Cause a stoppage.
Starting to see things get a little chippier here with 1:14 to go in this second period. Maybe cooler heads will prevail when the ice gets cut. The snow is starting to build up quite a lot. I just saw Fichtel clear away his crease with a lot of loose snow. I don't know, he's going to pull the Marc-Andre Fleury, pile it up along the goal line. Can't let anything pass you now. Fichtel's going to have to keep standing on his head as he has for much of this second period.
Zamboni room lights are on, so we will get an ice cut. Sometimes with these late games, they tend to skip it, but hey, championship. Got to make sure the ice is good for the remaining period up ahead. 1 minute to go now in the second period. Houlihan picks up a loose puck. Takes a shot, and it's another pad save on the stat sheet for Benzajek.
I mean, you bring up a good point. For these late games, you don't always see an extra ice cut. It is 10-10 here on a Thursday night, Thursday, March 2nd, 2022.
It's typically the coach's decision, so I believe both coaches opting for a little bit of a talk at the intermission. Oh boy, yeah. This should be an offsetting call, or just Pianowski.
It might be just Pianowski because he threw the stick. I mean, I would fully expect it to just be Pianowski.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. I would say Goff was throwing some shoves there. He's going to get away with a tad bit of murder there.
I mean, bottom line, you cannot... What Maine is going to do, they're going to play that fine line. They've got a 2-goal advantage, and they're going to toe that blurred line between being a pest and just taking a lot of penalties. And Maine can get away with that just a little bit because they have that cushion. And what Waubonsie has to do is not take the bait. What Maine is casting out live bait. It's a worm on a fish hook, and you can't bite down on that because you're going to get burned.
This guy's insight is unreal.
It's something else. I don't know what to tell you. Nate Royer loves the fishing reference. I'll tell you that much for sure.
Under 10 seconds to go. They're looking for one opportunity here. It's in between the skates of Allman now entering the zone as Bells takes a tip. This one stays in play, and time will run out for this second period.
Well, Luke, we're going to take a break, obviously, but let's recap that second period for you. Maine got both of their goals. And, boy, it wasn't really what we expected. First, we had Ben Capel hop on the board with a nice putback goal, and then we had Dean Andrews picking up loose change in the crease, firing back for the second goal. Waubonsie had basically no offensive zone pressure that entire period, so look for them to make some key adjustments. I would fully expect their coaching staff to really give them a talking to and say, let's tighten this up, boys. 17 minutes of your season on the line. We got ourselves a game. Again, RCB's key phrase tonight, win it all, leave it all on the ice. I expect that third period to be high intensity, lots of action.
It'll be exciting, but for now we're going to take a little bit of a break. We'll see you back in about 10 minutes. You're watching RDLAV on YouTube.
information like that, we appreciate it. We appreciate any info we can get up there because we don't get everything. And 9:40 is not the first period. Okay, next time you see someone hurt, text us what team, and then we'll just mention them. Just know they're down a play. Okay? And good work on the camera though too. We're getting good replays. What? Okay, yeah, we can't see either because they're all up against the glass. I don't blame them. I'm going back up there. And welcome back to the Oakton Ice Arena, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ryan Contreras-Betts alongside Luke Jordan, bringing you Game 3 of the IHSHL West Division Championship Series. Best of 3, this is Game 3, winner take all. Maine is up 2-0 here going into the final 17 minutes. They got both of their goals in that second period. Waubonsie did not have as many offensive opportunities as they would have liked. Luke, what do you want to see from Waubonsie heading into the third?
I think they just got to realize that this is it, dude. Like, this is the last game. There is no extra game. You have to give all you got. You have to be 100% on the forecheck, the back check, possessing the puck. Everything has to be played from the heart, and just doesn't matter how tired you are, how long of a school day you had, whatever. It's almost 11 o'clock. You just need to play the hardest you've ever played.
Absolutely. I mean, hey, that's back to RCB's key phrase of the game. Win it all, leave everything on the ice. You know, this team is leaving everything on the ice. We got word earlier that Evan Ziegler, the overtime hero, did head to the bench for a few moments, was injured. He's been back out there on the ice. We've noticed him playing well, but that's also something, you know, he's leaving it all out there. He's playing through a little bit of pain. That's what you want to see. Waubonsie, they've got 17 minutes to get back in this one. Yes, they're going to be down a man. For 1 minute and 39 seconds, they're going to have to go to the penalty kill. Josh Pianowski, he headed to the box. He got an unsportsmanlike for throwing a stick across the ice. Got to avoid those penalties that just have no value to them. At some point, you got to beat Ryan Bezenjak. He's been phenomenal tonight when he has been tested. Andrew Fichtel's done all he can. I'd say he's made about 25 high-quality chance saves. So Waubonsie, got to do something for your netminder. Play a little bit harder. I don't know my best advice to give them, but they've got time to get back in this one, Luke.
Yeah, they got plenty of time, but you got to start quick because all of a sudden that time starts to crunch and crunch on you, and all of a sudden they'll run out if they don't start scoring. So it will start with a power play for Maine. They have 1:34 left on that. Pianowski went to the box. Bells now. Looks to the top for Kepke. Back down to Bells. A bit of a give and go now to the other side. Cross ice. Bells was behind his stick. They still possess. 1:10 left on the power play. 30 seconds into the third period. Bells fires. And Fichtel there to get a freeze.
Face-off will come to his left. Really nice save yet again. Fichtel's had to deal with a couple of penalties so far. Yeah, okay. Face-off to his right. Luke was correcting me. I brain fart there, my bad.
It's okay, I can throw you off a little bit from here. Here's a shot from Costigan. Puck's now below the net. Andrews sauces it to Bells. Top Kepke. Kepke back over. Kepke looking for that shot through traffic. It's a bad save. Rebound to Luce. They score! Into the student section they go. You probably can't even see them with all the people over there. It looks like it'll be Costigan on the goal, but we're going to have to check that.
It was Kepke, number 9, or no, Costigan. No, Kepke. As we take a look at this replay here, we're going to run it back one more time quickly. We'll double check. I thought it was Kepke that knocked it home.
He shot it.
Yeah, it was Costigan then that potted it on the rebound. So Costigan will get a goal. For Costigan, that's his first goal of the postseason, and it gives Maine the 3-0 advantage. And that's a power play goal yet again for Maine.
Can't get that penalty if you're Pianowski. It's now definitely the wheels on the bus are really deflated right now for the Warriors. I'll tell you what, they're not going round and round right now. They're a little bit deformed right now. Well,
they got to get four-wheel drive starting soon here. and try to get something going on the board.
Especially with the snowstorm that might happen tonight.
Well, the one way to start, you first got to get out of your own defensive zone. Waubonsie has struggled heavily to keep the puck out of there.
Here's Ziegler back in the game after being injured earlier. Ziegler's going to fire and trying to start the Warriors hot after that goal they just let up. It's another save for Bezenjak. Frady's looking across for that fourth goal. Will not go. Came out of nowhere.
Well, Maine has come out ready to skate. Waubonsie, not so much. It's looking like much of the same so far. I know we're super early, but
there's another chance. Now squeaks out to Schuyler. Gets it up to Mygon. Mygon, shot, stopped. Here's Ziegler now coming in with Kotelis. Trying to get around Kotelis, and he's defended well.
Ziegler had no help there. He had no one to pass to, no one to get a rebound, and a really nice stick check by Mygon. He slams his stick. He got slashed across the hand, and he was aching after that one as the puck is fired into the Waubonsie bench and out of play. Just over a minute and a half gone by, 14:26 to go here in regulation. Maine is up 3-0 in this best of three IHSHL West Division Championship, looking to win it all on home ice in front of a large student section that has been loud all evening long.
O'Toole gets it in deep. Richardson looks inside Andrus. Richardson trying to get it back. And here's a chance for Fogarty. Played well by Peters. Here's Andrus. Trying to cut inside. Shot ends up wide.
That one seemed to elude Bezenjak. First time he hasn't looked confident on a save tonight. He kind of wasn't getting his glove in the right positioning, and it fluttered barely wide of that far left post.
Costigan deking around Campfield and was looking for the middle. No dice. Cross to Stelter. Now Peters. Peters going to try to put something at the net. It was blocked by the equipment of Koepke.
For Peters, he had to have been careful. He started to slow down at the blue line, and that almost led to it being offsides. I thought Waubonsie was offsides by a good foot.
Here's Gornis trying to keep possession of that puck. It's poked back up to Kappel. Kappel's going to fire through traffic. Ends up on the other side to Hayden Weber. Weber, that shot ends up in the netting. Something odd we saw about Hayden Weber. We were walking to the vending machine, and we saw Weber sharpening his skates.
Yeah, I mean, some players really like those skates to be at their absolute sharpest. You know, a lot of players, they'll talk about, hey, do we like our shapes dull or sharp? There's a lot of debate amongst players with that. I know you said you prefer your skates to be sharper. I'm kind of undecided on that one. But obviously Weber, he's sharpening those skates every chance he gets.
Yeah. Koepke cross ice to Costigan. Oh boy, Goff is slammed to the ice by Morgan.
Well-timed hit by Morgan. Maybe gets a little something going for this Waubonsie squad.
Big reverse hit there by Morgan. I didn't catch it entirely.
Morgan also, just lots of body checks here, trying to get something going.
Burke now fought off the puck.
Slow line change by Pianowski there. Left Waubonsie with only 4 skaters on a little bit of offensive zone pressure. Not sure I agree with that one.
This fire from all the way on the other side of the ice by Koepke is going to end up all the way on the other for an icing here. Maine just looking to fend off the 3-0 lead. That's what they had to do in game 1 when they were up 4-0 going into the third. They only let up 1 goal and succeeded in game 1. And the Warriors took game 2 and an awesome overtime winner by Evan Ziegler. And this one leaning, definitely tilting towards Maine so far, but it's not over yet, and you can't call it over until it's over. I'll tell you that. I just learned that this weekend. I'll get more into that later.
You can quickly summarize.
Here's
Andrews gets it.
Defended by O'Toole. Sneaks by O'Toole. Back in front. Opposite side. Thompson scores! What a beautiful setup. Oh my gosh, Thompson just climbed the boards.
Jumping up onto the dasher boards, high-fiving his classmates probably. What a goal, what a setup from Dean Andrews. Look at this replay, folks. Drives in behind the net on the backhand, finds him wide open. Bam! Maine goes up 4-0 with 11:40 to go in regulation time. And now a little bit of throwback towards Waubonsie. The Waubonsie student section doing the "It's all your fault" chant in game 2. Maine section starting to do that towards Andrew Fichtel here tonight. Wow. And with 11:30 to go, Waubonsie finds themselves in a precarious situation.
Josh Pianowski looking to answer back. What a shot block.
That hit him up in the face mask.
Very close, if anything. Watch out, coming in hot here. Oh.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's going to hurt the ankles a little bit.
Oh, the puck was under him.
Drop back down low to Fogarty. Richardson across to Cope. They lose it. Here's Stelter. Stelter now going to wheel below the net. Mygon with the fire.
Offsides. Puck came up. Pass is a little too hot for him to handle. Brought it back across the blue line. Fired the puck in. Offsides. Face off along the left wing face-off circle in the neutral zone. 10:43 to go in regulation. 4-0 in favor of Maine. Once again, in Game 3 of the IHSHL West Division playoffs on RDLAV. I'm Ryan Contreras, Bets on color commentary. To my right, Luke Jordan on play-by-play.
10:37 on the clock to the right, and now 10:37 on the game clock. Now 10:38 p.m. It's going to be quite the tiring ride home. Out here in Park Ridge, Illinois. Ryan's not too far from here. I'm a little bit out of the way. But
yeah.
It's a little bit convenient that Ryan is literally on the exact route to this place, so I just said, hey, I'll pick you up.
You know, I do feel bad.
Safety.
I should have been giving you a ride here.
No, plenty of other games. Don't worry about it.
Puck's going to be fired off the stick and out of play.
Gets stuck in the netting. The fans back there trying to grab for it. And they got a souvenir.
Stick in the way, he was able to deflect it up and out of play. He's had a few nice stick blocks tonight. One thing, I mean, I will say, for everything Waubonsie has not done well tonight, one thing I have noticed is they're getting their sticks in front of a lot of shots and deflecting them out of the way very nicely. You know, instead of knocking on the glass, I've noticed this Maine student section has been knocking on the netting all night long.
Yeah. Yeah, they're barking a lot. I don't know what caffeine they had in them. I don't know if I have the energy to do that.
I mean, I would love to get that extra energy here. It's 10:40. I'm ready to do some last-minute homework.
Oh, boy. Nafziger, errant pass. Mygon picks it up. Couple shoves between Allman and Mygon behind the play. Now with some speed, Nafziger lost the puck. Lost his balance, too.
He had some sort of rut or snow in the ice. Definitely broke up a good chance that he had to get something going.
Gornis, offsides there.
Lots of chirping going on there near the bench between Capel and I believe that was Houlihan. going back and forth. We haven't seen it got as chippy as it was in that second period, but we're starting to see it a little bit. We're seeing a little bit, not necessarily a flip of the script, just a little different from last year. Maine swept Waubonsie in 2022.
As the underdog, so they got to win it on home ice in Game 2.
Yeah.
And now they have a high chance of winning it on home ice in Game 3, but still some time.
I mean, there are 9 minutes left.
Just
here
under
in
540
regulation.
seconds in total. Quick math.
But Waubonsie, they haven't gotten the shots off that they need to. We said in the pregame open, got to get more pucks to the front of the net, and they haven't done a very good job of that tonight.
Ziegler trying to change the narrative. He's tripped up in front of the net, and this will be a power play for Waubonsie. Andrews doesn't like the late shove to Thompson. Now Thompson and Ziegler, couple shoves. Andrews pointing to the scoreboard.
Yeah. See, I don't think they should be sending 2 to the box. I think that would be not very aware of the situation here, recognizing Ziegler getting shoved first, but
Ziegler's going to get away with it.
I don't believe he should go into the box. I think it should
I agree with that.
I
agree with that. I don't think Ziegler should be in the box either.
I mean, I get the argument that they're trying to make, obviously, offsetting roughing, but I don't personally. If I'm out there as an official, I'm not giving that call against Waubonsie. Waubonsie looks like they're calling, no, not a timeout. They're just going to do a quick little conference in front of the bench. So Waubonsie gets a key opportunity to get something going here. They were not very successful on the power play in Game 2. They're going to have to be successful on the power play here with 8:38 to go in regulation. Down by 4. Got to cut that lead right now, and you got to do it fast.
No question about it. Strike right away. You're still in this game. Burke and Bells. Bells successful on the draw. He's going to try to chase this one and get over the blue line. It's going to come down low. Costigan trying to possess. Waubonsie. Some scrambling, and it comes out to Pianowski. Pianowski now. Trying to drop it back for Campfield. That doesn't work out. Look at this hustle by Ryan Goff. It's not going to be enough as it gets to Fichtel in time. He's going to make the play and send it up the right. And now Ziegler doing that circling around. We saw him do a lot of in Game 2. I feel like Maine hasn't given him as much space today, but he's getting some here, and he fires it over the crossbar. And now Goff coming the other way. Here's Goff wheeling down the left, starting to cut inside. He's just going to back off. Maybe checked a little bit late.
That was a little bit late. I thought that was incredibly late.
Yeah, Burke maybe got away with one there. Maybe.
Well, it's 7:35 and 57 seconds to go on this power play for Waubonsie. You never want to see a defensive zone faceoff on the power play. We made mention in the first intermission, neither of these teams have a shorthanded goal in this series, or in the playoffs, period. Waubonsie, let's hope they don't give one up, because that would be a nail in the coffin. What they need right now is a momentum-changing goal.
Still some time on the power play here, 46 seconds. Some more time going to be wasted, though, as Mygon is successful clear. That heads all the way down below. Josh Pianowski whipping it to center ice. Mygon, a beautiful turnover and a nice little move there. He still got the puck. Trying to avoid the checks and just put one on the pads of Fichtel. 25 seconds left. Aaron pass, that'll go for an icing.
Some of these passes here, maybe it's an effect on this wet ice. We talked about it basically all throughout the first and second. These Zambonis might have a little too much water in them, leaving this ice real slick. I mean, obviously, ice will always be slick, but especially so here tonight. And a bunch of passes just firing well past the sticks of the Waubonsie forecheckers.
Just a second under 7 minutes to go. Allman. Beautiful cut inside. Trying to avoid some stick checks from what I believe is Fogarty. Official's hand is up here. This will be another power play opportunity.
Well, that's great for Waubonsie. They've got to get something. I don't know. Calling a timeout right now is a little iffy. Maybe you might have to. I have no clue. With 6:43, you haven't really had anything going. An extra penalty or extra power play, maybe. Early, ooh. Maybe pulling the netminder extra early. High risk, high reward play. You know, we talked about this in a Prep Evanston game. Patrick Waugh did that a lot when he was the head coach of the Colorado Avalanche. See if the Waubonsie coaching staff has found a little bit of magic here.
Pianowski across. Ziegler sniping, he scores!
Well, they found a little bit of magic. And that's going to be a quick power play goal. They cut the deficit down to 3. That's Evan Ziegler getting on the board for the second straight game. Bringing it in with 3. With 6:35 to go. Hey, that was fast. You needed that.
And look, this is the perfect time to tell you the story I've been talking about earlier. State tournament, Sweet 16, my team, Chiefs, and Libertyville. Libertyville, way better team, second best combined team in the state according to the state rankings. They're up on us 4-1. We're like, this game's over. 6:06 left, we score on a breakaway. Then with a minute left, we score 4-3. Face off with 10 seconds left. I win it back, point man fires, and my winger gets the rebound. 4-4, we go to overtime.
Kaz with
Disregarding the fact we lost that game, comebacks like those are possible in key games. And we did that with 6:06. They got 6:30, so they got to start moving, of course, but it's still in the window, so don't count them out yet. I'll tell you that for sure.
I mean, Waubonsie is a state champion for a reason in years past. They've been state runners-up. This program knows what they're doing. They've got all sorts of chances. That's going to be icing against Maine. And they're going to have a quick offensive zone opportunity with 6:10 to go. Hey, a little bit close to that 6:06 mark you were talking about. What can Waubonsie do? Maybe they need a little bit of a Luke Jordan pep talk in their lives.
They heard me somehow, some way. Maybe. 2 alternate captains at the draw. It's Burke and Bells. Ziegler, slick little spin move. He's got to avoid Bells, though, and he's going to get turned over as 3 came in on him hot. Maine looking to just reverse here on the breakout. Costigan. Boards pass to Andrews. Andrews just going to dump it in. Morgan almost got spun around and knocked over, but he stays on his feet, eating that hit well. There's a shot, and that might be game. Looks like that's Peter Thompson with, I believe, his second goal.
Well, I don't really have anything other than to say than that was a bad turnover. Morgan fought off a nice body check as Thompson's going to pot home the goal. For Peter Thompson, that is his 10th goal of the postseason.
Wow.
Wow, he has played really well this postseason. 10 goals, that's no small feat in 7 games to pot home 10. It's going to give them a 4-goal advantage here. Bad turnover by Waubonsie. That cost them big time.
Gornis looking to add. He's not stopping, not slamming the brakes. There's another chance, but Goff couldn't get a hold of it entirely. And a big turnover forced there by the Warriors. Game not 100% over. Don't count them out. I know some people are probably sick of me saying that, but you never know. Gornis across. Couldn't hold on to it.
The thing with Waubonsie is they're missing passes and they're making passes to nobody.
Yeah.
And with 5 minutes left, 4-goal comeback is borderline insurmountable.
And a 2-on-1 Gornis with Goff to his left, sliding it across. Great defensive play by what I believe is Peters.
Yeah, I believe that's Pianowski. Yeah, it was Pianowski with that.
This black netting, dude.
Actually, no, that was Peters that made that sticks turnover.
Those of you that are new tuning into this game, me and Ryan are literally behind Benzjack right now. Like, we have a rough angle on the other side of things, but right here where Benzjack plays it, we see it perfectly. So,
yeah.
you know.
I mean, we feel bad for you guys you can't see past the main student section any puck down into that right corner. I was talking with Danny, our cameraman, at second intermission. He's like, yeah, I've got nothing. I can do only so much.
Yeah, it's tough when there's like dozens of people just blocking your view. And especially with how,
tight this arena
yeah, tight
is.
the bleachers are.
Big hit there.
Nice hit there by Campfield. My God. Got Ryan shaking his head over here.
I'm shaking my head at lackadaisical forecheck from Waubonsie. I get you're down 4, but I don't know. Championship games, even deflated, you can't give up. I don't know what. We're just kind of coasting around on defense here. That's Matthew Allman. I mean, a la Patrick Kane defense, non-existent. And you can't have that in this deficit.
Mygon, a slick little move to protect the puck. It sneaks out. Back to Mygon, looking for that next goal. Stopped down by Fichtel. Under 3 minutes to go before what appears to be Maine hoisting the West Cup trophy. Still subject to change. Not a big chance, but a chance. And a glove save there by Fichtel causes a stoppage in time.
I mean, we'll have to obviously check the box score much later on tonight to see how many saves Fichtel has made. But I think Fichtel has been really strong tonight, doing almost everything he can. So obviously the final score is not going to be representative of how well Andrew Fichtel has played tonight.
Oh yeah, no question.
He's kept Waubonsie in this one multiple times throughout this evening.
Yeah, like you said, 5-1 isn't exactly a representative score of Fichtel's performance.
I mean, it's representative of how the game's been played. Maine has just dominated.
Looking for the 6-1 there. Another save, Fichtel.
But it's not nice body check there.
Lowen's knocked down from behind by Ziegler. Pianowski looks a little bit banged up there after taking that hit.
120 seconds to go in this one.
Ziegler over to Pianowski. Pianowski cutting inside, doing some dancing. He's got Ziegler across, looks to Ziegler. Ziegler scores! Oh my goodness, that was beautiful.
Evan Ziegler with the second of the game. A nice forehand tuck while diving. Look at this replay, ladies and gentlemen. A nice move by Pianowski, cutting around the defense, diving, and pokes at him on the forehand, his second goal of the game. Cuts the deficit to 3. It might be too little, too late, ladies and gentlemen. But hey, that's big for Evan Ziegler. For Ziegler, that's going to be his 8th goal of the postseason.
Wow. O'Toole trying to snipe, maybe put him back in this game.
Nice
Huge keep there by Campfield, but it's going to end up priceless. Woolen loses an edge. He's going to hear it. Kappel's shot is tipped. 80 seconds left.
Puck is pinned up against the boards.
Nowhere to be found.
For Waubonsie, that's not what you want, but for Maine, that's exactly what you want. Just time is just eating away. We're going to have 65 seconds to go. Finally, a whistle will be blown.
Official's hand is raised. Houlihan's going to the box.
Houlihan struggling with the bench. She's obviously frustrated. And they're going to give him a holding penalty. So for Maine, they will head to the man advantage with 63 seconds to go in this one. And I think that all but seals the fate of this Waubonsie Hockey Club. Face-off will come to the neutral zone. 2-minute minor, 1:03 to play, 5-2. Maine student section's got a little bigger. A lot of the Maine student section was along the boards to our left. They've migrated over to the entire student section along the right wing boards.
I will say you got to give some props to the Waubonsie students being here. Although their team lost, this is a 40-minute drive for most students, maybe even more depending on where they are in that area. So
I mean, hey, credit to them, those who did show out. You know, they're spaced out a little bit, some over along the bleachers.
Hold on, Ryan. Oh, Kepke fires it over the crossbar. Rebound, Salvatore, swallowed up by Fichtel. You can continue now.
But there's also some over here along the left wing boards. They're interacting with Besenjak.
They're being very nice
and
to
talking. Friendly with Besenjak. I think he just gave us a nod. I can't tell if that was us or two.
I think it was down low. I saw his eyes. They were facing down low. There's a backhander.
Save made by Fichtel. He's just going for a few skates. Reminds me of that video of Vancouver Canucks goaltender got called up from the AHL, was put in mop-up duty and just started skating around.
He's enjoying himself right now.
I mean, and why wouldn't he be? He's played himself one great game. You know, 2 goals, a stain on him, but it's not really, again, representative of how a game went.
Buck now below the net, final 24 seconds. Looking for one more goal. Thompson was looking for the hat trick. Didn't get it there. 15 seconds to go. Besenjak already screaming at his bench. He's excited. The Maine bench is excited. The Maine fans are excited. Another backhand attempt won't go. It was a hard-fought battle by both sides, but Maine will be hosting the 2023 West Cup Championship.
Just saw a glove hit the ceiling, this low-hanging ceiling here at the Oakton Ice Arena. And oh boy, you were talking about glass possibly going flying. See some Maine students on top of the glass. And Maine has won the 2023 IHSHL West Division Championship. That's back-to-back years with the win. We're going to stick around for this entire celebration ceremony. We'll give you recaps, who's going to win MVP. But Luke, I want to hear your thoughts on how this game played out.
What a moment for these guys.
Did you even... Luke did not hear what I said. I asked his thoughts on how this game played out.
I can't hear you. I literally cannot hear you, Ryan.
I mean, it is loud in here, so I do not blame him whatsoever. Obviously, we're going to handshake line, one of the best traditions in all of sports. I would expect this to be a longer handshake line.
Yes.
Because it was just such a hard-fought series that just went the distance like that. And Fichtel obviously played so great. They have to show him proper respect for what he did manage to do. Besenjak is loving interacting with these students.
And now everybody's going to come crash into the section. So, oh boy, those skates are going to get ruined.
Yeah, I don't, you're ruining your skate blades, my guys.
It's worth it to them. They might got a skate game on Sunday, but they're going to enjoy their West Cup championship.
Oh, you were talking about glass breaking. If they're not careful, we could see a pane of glass go flying. Oh boy, what a scene down there. The pictures from this one are going to be outstanding. So take a peek at the Maine Hockey Club's Instagram. You got to catch that real soon. Coaching staff giving much love to their players who played so great throughout this entire season. And, you know, there's still state to go.
Yep.
We talk not just for Maine, but let's not forget Waubonsie still has to play in the state tournament. I don't know when their next game is. You said you believe Sunday?
It is Libertyville.
Libertyville.
So yeah, they're playing the team that beat my team in overtime.
Well, listen, if you're Waubonsie, don't hang your heads. I mean, we talked about BJHW and prep. Evanston in prep, really. BJHW, they lost to Evanston in an upset in a way.
Yeah.
I know a bunch of the guys on their team, obviously a Hersey student. We actually just had one of BJHW's players, Captain Roberto Cetrasanu, up here talking with me. They're not hanging their heads over their loss. Waubonsie should not hang their heads. They had a great season, and it can only get better from here. They can maybe make a run at state yet again.
Yeah, no question. There's a reason they're defending the state title.
Absolutely.
As there goes Maine hoisting that cup with pride.
Hey, we were talking, the president, that's a big cup.
Yeah.
That is a nice looking championship trophy. They're going to go for a skate.
Oh, there they
They're
go.
loving this one, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how many more times they could jump on top of the glass. We saw them do it after goals. We're seeing them after game. A dominant Game 3 victory for this Maine hockey club. Luke, are you reminiscing of the potential of a Chiefs victory next year?
Not in front of that big of a student section.
Hey, I'll bring the energy. I'll get that Luke Jordan fan club going up and running. Year 2, baby. It kind of fell off this year. That was my fault.
It was rough. It was rough. And they start to trade off, kissing it like it's Stanley.
Man, are those, wow. So the main section is getting their hands through the netting. I can't tell if they broke the netting.
I can't tell, yeah.
Because they're definitely through the netting. I can't tell if they're under or if they broke it. So the Oakton Ice Arena staff's probably not going to be too pleased with this one either way.
Oh no, I'll tell you they're not going to
None of them have been ejected yet. So maybe those signs were overblown.
There's some times where sometimes the refs will have to step in, but these officials are already gone. They're just going to...
I saw them walk to the dressing room.
Rink.
They're done. They're going home. It's 11 o'clock.
Oh my gosh.
On a Thursday night where we are beat, ladies and gentlemen.
What a wonderful night of sleep it'll be for me.
Man, and to think we have called now 2 championship games in a matter of a week. We've called a bunch of games over these past 2 weeks. We're getting the work in. We're getting the miles in too.
Yep.
And I know you're going to be busy all weekend too, calling some Chicago Crush games.
Yeah, I'll be
playoff games.
Speaking of miles, I'll be stuck in traffic going to Chicago this weekend. Fifth Third Arena.
Sweet Home Chicago plays over the speakers.
Perfect timing. Well, we thank you so much for being here on this Thursday night, spending your time with RDLAV. Hope you enjoyed the game. If you're a Waubonsie fan, thank you for tuning in. If you're a Maine fan, thank you for tuning in and enjoy the championship victory. For Waubonsie, good luck in the rest of your state tournament as well as Maine. For now, I'm Luke Jordan alongside Ryan Contreras Betts. Have a great rest of your Thursday night, and we will see you guys another time.